Hey YouTube, it's been a while. It's a deadly illness. Most people who suffer from an eating disorder, like 2/3, are actually normal weight or overweight or obese, and only 1/3 is skinny. So you have to think about it in that way. That's why you don't have to be surprised that like so many people with eating disorders, you don't see it visually. Only with like typical anorexia you would see it, or like with certain types of bulimia where you get underweight. But it's just so important for me that you realize that most people with eating disorders are not seen as people with eating disorders because it's like an invisible illness, because it's a mental illness. And I just wanted to speak up for all those people who are in the same position, who are not underweight and still suffer from an eating disorder, because it doesn't mean that you're suffering less than anyone. It just means that you're also suffering. In this video, I'm going to be answering your comments that you commented on my most recent short film about eating disorders, and it's called Living with an Eating Disorder. Address some of the comments that have been made and just answer them, because the video is still quite popular. People are still watching it, like new people. That video has about 11,522 views, which is one of my most popular videos at the moment. I also want to clarify again that I did not make this video in order to make anyone feel like uncomfortable. I did make this video in order to portray and show real sides of an eating disorder. Obviously there are many more sides to it than what I showed in this video, because there are several types of eating disorders with different symptoms, and they show each other in different ways, and it's different for every person. The first comment was, nice to see a non-white skinny girl as usual. Not that they are less important, but I feel like there's no representation often in ED representation. Then 90 people liked that comment. I think that's also why the movie was so popular, because I'm black, queer, and I still have an eating disorder. Like, I don't fall into the typical stereotypical idea what people have of people with eating disorders. And then people answered, as a white girl, they just show basic videos, like they never show the pain that we ED people go through. At least this was real. Thank you. The next comment is probably the realest ED short film I've seen yet. I've seen a lot. Lol. Yes, I can definitely relate to that, to the obsession with eating disorder related content, which I can luckily say now that I have overcome, having been in treatment for several months, and like an inpatient treatment. And someone else said, this is exactly what it sounds like in my head. I'm sorry it does sound like that in your head, and I hope you're getting the help you need and seeking out help from professionals. This hit a little too hard to home. I don't know what to say to that. It's just like, yeah, that was my intention, to hit it really close to home and like just show it in a really raw way, and not show everything, of course, because I don't want to trigger anyone too much. Sounds like I want to trigger you a little bit, which I also don't. But I just wanted to show an accurate representation of what goes on in my head sometimes. Like, there are many more things that go on, but like that's a tiny part of it, of the bigger picture. And someone else said, another POC who I can relate to. Yes, girl, I love it. Thanks, Natalie. I appreciate that comment. Blue Banana said, oh my god, so freaking pretty. And emojis. Thank you, that's really cute of you. This made me so sad because I've been struggling for so long, and this short film probably best portrays what it's like. And I know, you know, we all know it's hard living with an ED. It is. And yeah, I'm sorry that so many people are going through this, because this video got so popular. Like, that just shows how many people suffer from this illness. or are interested in learning about the illness. Someone else said, Sienna said, great video. Thanks, Sienna. Manatee said, this is the most accurate ED film I've seen, and it hit too close to home, dude. Sorry. I did cut out parts that would have been more graphic and more like personal to my personal ED story, but I didn't show those because I didn't want to share everything with you. The internet just gave me chills, amazing. And someone else said, and another person said, this is how I think, and that just makes me think like I'm really sorry that that's how you think. And then someone else commented, this is my motivation not to eat. Person who commented that, I'm really sorry that you are going through that right now. And there are many things you can fetishize on the internet about this topic, and I hope that you get help. That's all I wish you, to get help. Because you notice long term, it's not a life worth living with an eating disorder. It is quick, quick fixes that seem to fix something, but they also bring many negative things with them, which I can also make a video about. And yeah, I just wanted to say, please get help. Nice to see your presentation. I thought it was well done. Thank you. Also all the comments. Thank you for watching. See you in another video. And I hope I will link some therapy centers or clinics below where you can get help. And I just encourage everyone to do that because it's so important. It's a deadly illness. Most people who suffer from an eating disorder, like 2/3, are actually normal weight or overweight or obese, and only 1/3 is skinny. So you have to think about it in that way. That's why you don't have to be surprised that like so many people with eating disorders, you don't see it visually. Only with like typical anorexia you would see it, or like with certain types of bulimia where you get underweight. But it's just so important for me that you realize that most people with eating disorders are not seen as people with eating disorders because it's like an invisible illness, because it's a mental illness. And I just wanted to speak up for all those people who are in the same position, who are not underweight and still suffer from an eating disorder, because it doesn't mean that you're suffering less than anyone. It just means that you're also suffering. Bye.